Hello guys, the GB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be on the Midwest Gaming channel. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed for a lot of content. But I got third place at today's remote duel regional, playing Bird Up once again. I was trying to get the three-peat on the wins. Sadly, ended up losing to a Flunder player, but it happens. If you want to see more of my match breakdowns, you can go check me out, the DB Grinder on Twitter. I went ahead and explained some of those. But we can just go ahead and, before hopping into the deck profile, shout out to Midwest Gaming, shout out to Elf, shout out to David, shout out to all my testing people, shout out to Team Eclipse, Midwest Gaming obviously, my sponsors, everyone. Just shout out to everyone. Shout out to Bird, shout out to Warbler for being so loyal. But yeah, so starting off, I played 3 Nib. Also, I still think this deck is bad, by the way. I don't think this deck is very good. I think the deck is just like the only deck I own, so that's why I play it. I mean, I technically own DDD, but it's without Fluor, so I kind of just lose the Nib half the time. But 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, 1 Ogre, and 1 DD Crow. So once again, I think like these 12 hand traps, I'll just like lay them out. I think these 12 hand traps are just like very strong. Nib obviously I think still being the best hand trap. Ash decent versus everything, still strong. Veiler Imperm pretty decent against like all around decks, especially when you're at a regional. You want your deck to be like that. And then 1 Ogre is the last going second card, and then 1 DD Crow because the deck needs 1 DD Crow. It comes up so much. I really don't think you need a second one though. It does come up sometimes, but not worth it to like take out the Ogre because DD Crow is not that crazy to draw. It's kind of just like you want to Sparrow search it or something, so that way you can specifically out something. It actually came up less this weekend than before because I play Doom Eagle in the extra deck now. And then 3 Fractal, 3 Nerval, 1 Kit, 1 Kuraz. You don't really need to play more in these. At one point I was talking about playing 2 Kit, but I realized if you just like play correctly, you only ever need 1 of it. The second one literally never comes up if you just play correctly, so you just have to like get used to playing this deck in this kind of build, and then that never comes up. Same thing with like the second Kuraz. Like hard drawing the second, like the Kuraz can be cool sometimes, but it's usually not that optimal. 3 Warbler, obviously. 1 Sparrow, 1 Swallow, 1 Berry. I still think this is the correct ratio. Wagtail is not needed. The deck doesn't. It's not a bird deck anymore, right? It's like bird and Tri-Brigade. While like last format it was more like bird then Tri-Brigade. Now it's like both combined. A lot better now. Oh, well, not a lot better now, but you know what I mean. 1 Berry, this definitely comes up. People were asking like, why did I play this? They don't really find it coming up. It doesn't come up in like turn 1 combos. You don't do this for any turn 1 combo because it locks you in the XYZs, and like, what am I going to do? Starling Pass? Like, no, this card not for turn 1. It's just for like turn 2 Zeus's and stuff. Definitely good. For sure would keep playing it. 1 Swallow comes up with the combos, and 1 Sparrow. I still think this is like, should be standard in this type of build at least. If you're playing like the F-Zero and everything, it could be a little bit different. Celestial Dasher, I want to play DP in my deck. Tanky, consistency card, just more Fractal. And then Bird Call, more birds. Foolish. Shout out to John for giving me this. Literally just said, hold on, let me give you this nice Foolish real quick. Look at it, even speed duels. So I could use this in speed duels. Insane. 1 for 1. This card was really weird for me this weekend, mainly because I was drawing it with Sparrow a lot, which shouldn't really happen, which is like, why, like, this isn't going to come out of the deck, but it's just weird that I was drawing those combinations, like both 1-ofs a lot. 1 Prosperity, I only own 1, so that's why. 2 Fusion Destiny, and then Revolt. You play 2 because you want to draw it in this deck, and then 1 Revolt because you don't want to be playing purple cards in the deck, just 1 purple card that you can search, and that's it. Then Imperm, such as hand trap. I'll just move on to the side deck since it's what I picked up first. Moonlit, 2 Ogre, the Gamma package. Still think this is like okay. I do wish I had Token Collector. That's just another card I don't own. Yeah, if I had options to more cards, I'd probably expand the horizon and switch up the deck more. And people always ask me, because I say in these deck profiles that like I would switch stuff up, and they ask what for, and I really can't give an answer because I haven't tested with other stuff, because I know I don't have access to it, and then I don't test this deck for events because I know I'm not going to play it because it's not that good. One called by, 2 talents. Shout out to Mike for still having the third one. Red Reboot, Harpies, Twin, and these actually, the Red Reboot didn't come up, but these actually did come up. I played versus Striker and Flounderies. I used this versus Flounderies, but I got hit with Shifter anyway, so I lost. And then the Twin I drew versus Striker, but I was already winning anyway, so it didn't matter. But yeah, I just wanted to be prepared for back row decks because it's regionals. Shout out to David for the token. And then Amirage, link 1 you need to... actually, this card is so insane if it's used correctly. Oh my gosh. Anaconda. I mean, it's just Anaconda. DDO, Blossom, Berry Bloom. The second Blossom actually came up like 3 times today. But I was probably just misplaying. Like, if I could remember the exact game state, I would like rebuild it on DB, and there's probably a way to play it better to where you don't need the second one of those. I definitely found myself playing bad at the end of the tournament, but I was able to win anyways. But you know, it's not an excuse for playing bad. But I don't think you need another one of that if you just like play very correctly. Doom Eagle, oh my gosh, this card was so much better than Silver. Silver would have came up 0 times this weekend. 0 times. Not needed at all. It's just not needed at all. I was wrong for playing it over this. Also, I did the spicy play twice this weekend where you like Blossom, summon Nerval, and then Nerval summon double Dragon Lords, and you can double Dragon Lords effect, and then go Doom Eagle, and like that's how you just like link up, and then you like Blossom plus Doom Eagle. And, you know, just like, keep going. Oh, it's so nice. Appaloosa. You know, it's Appaloosa. 2 Omen. You can't play 1. You don't want to play 3. Access code just to end games, which hadn't been coming up a lot before. But actually, at this regional, it came up multiple times just because I was trying to end games quickly. I didn't go to time once, which was nice. I think the closest I got to time was like 10 minutes away. But we were not going to time. I was playing extremely quick at that point. Enforcer, Starling, Assembled, Downard, and Zeus. So you may wonder why there's no Robin. Robin only comes up if you open like Warbler, Sparrow, and don't get hand trapped. Which, let's be honest, we're getting hand trapped. If we don't get hand trapped, we just win anyways. Because we had like Appaloosa, Revolt, Double Dragon Lords, Diddy Crow. And like plus a hand trap that we drew, so like that's plenty of interruptions to win that game. So you don't really need it. It's kind of wasted extra X space. I'd rather play Downard over it. And like the only like flexible spot in the extra is Downard, because like you could say it's this, but you really need a Link 3. Like you really need a Link 3. It definitely comes up with some of the plays. But there's not really much more to talk about for the bird deck profile. I don't think the deck's very great. It's a fun deck to play. I still have a lot of fun with it. You can definitely like outplay people in a lot of scenarios, and also a lot of people don't know how to hand trap this deck right now. You think it'd be easy, right? Like, I don't know, half the time, like when I use a Tri-Brigade effect, it's actually just like incorrect to stop it. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that, so that leads to a lot of free wins. But with all that being said, again, make sure to go subscribe to Midwest Gaming, or actually, you know, you're already here on the channel, so go ahead and subscribe to him. You can also go check out my YouTube channel, the DB Grinder. I upload content daily if you want to go ahead and check it out. I was, like I said, going for the back-to-back regional win. I won 2 regionals in a row. Sadly, could not clutch this one out. I did only get 1 loss though. Ended up getting 3rd, which, hey, still isn't bad. This 3, hey, that's what, 3 regionals in a row where I had a loss each time, just 1 loss. And like the last 2 ones I've played Bird, so you know it's actually like pretty impressive for Bird. But with all of that being said, the DB Grinder, signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.